Hello, hello, hello. Deborah Razzo here with the Women's Real Estate Network. And I am here with one of my favorite people. Well, actually, I have to qualify that. My favorite people since I've met her, which we've only known each other since January, but we're already sisters. Stacey Lauren here. And, she came to me. She has this whole movement that she's been spearheading called Do the Thing. And then she decided to have an event, which, by the way, we're going to tell you all about. It's on Saturday. You're going to want to come. You're going to want to click the link below and get your tickets, both on either in person or virtual in San Diego. But before we say anything about that, I want to introduce you and I want you to tell people about Do the Thing. Like what, I love this concept, so go for it.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's been so fun knowing you, and I just loved spending our time together and then staying connected with you. And I feel so uh, just excited that you're coming to speak at the event. And yeah, as far as Do the Thing, this has been just sort of something born out of desire to like have fun. I owned a business for 20 years and it was exhausting. It was in Southern California. We actually had offices in San Diego and Oceanside and Orange County and LA and Temecula and all over the place. And it was like a true brick and mortar business, 600 external employees, 60 internal employees, so many moving parts, every day there was a new fire. And when I exited that business, all I wanted to do was just like have fun. And so my coach at the time told me that I couldn't start a new business because I needed to take a year off. And so I don't know about you, but like when you're in that entrepreneur mode, and your brain is constantly like firing on so many cylinders, like to tell me that I couldn't start a new business was kind of hard.
Oh, I totally know what you're talking about. Like, it's hard to downshift.
Yes.
Like you're so used to being like go 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 that it's like when you have actual time you're like what's happening here.
Yeah, and it was like I was like left alone with myself for the first time,
Um,
and
it's
so
scary times, it's
it was,
scary
it was scary. It was scary. And
times.
so that's when I was like, oh, maybe I'll write a book. And so that's when I then started a podcast. And so this wasn't even meant to be a business. I was just starting a podcast for fun to start to explore this topic of like doing the thing, right? Which is then helping like identify this formula. And I wanted to notice these patterns for people and how they did the thing. And then I just got activated. It was like I think it was by episode 80 I started to see like the patterns and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm figuring it out, right? Like human
Right.
psychology and what really helps us achieve our goals and take action." And uh and
I
that's
mean,
when
we
I
are fascinating, right? That
yes, well,
we have patterns, we have
yeah,
trends.
yes, especially when you start to see like, "Oh, wow, you have that and you also did that." And then you start to like notice it. And I actually then put all those patterns on these index cards. I put it on my kitchen table. And that's when I was like, okay, now maybe I should test this. And I decided to do it in a challenge, in a group, basically. And I tested the formula. And that's when I noticed what I used to think was like-minded people was one of the patterns is being around like-minded people. It was actually, I don't even want to say the opposite of that, but it was like people who, when people, and if you think about how we met, we all had the same goal, right, of
Right.
longevity and being together in this gorgeous place, but we were all so different and diverse and different beliefs and perspectives. And that's what my people is, which is what I call it. It's the M in I'm game, which is the formula I came out. But basically, it's being with people who have the same goal as you. They have a common interest, common purpose, right? And then all of a sudden, that's where everything takes shape. So that's when I became obsessed with challenges, and I did like a dating challenge. I did a start a podcast challenge to our cocktail party bucket list. Go live. It was like any and like I have like 100 challenges that I have not even created yet, but were like in my head of wanting to create. And then I went on this quest of then helping people like kind of like do what I did because everyone's like, "What did you do? How did you do it?" But what's so funny was I stopped the challenges and then I was like gonna help them start like building their audiences and I was like telling them what to do. And then what I finally realized was, oh, I need to give them my challenges in order for it to work. And so that's what I'm doing now is I'm licensing these challenges that were really vibrant, really fun. Thousands of people join them. I license them. I teach them to use it in their group to activate and create a movement.
Right. It's so wonderful. And all this while creating community, and there's so many theories, and I'm not going to get into them right now about how AI is changing the way we engage. And, is it going to be taking over our engagement? And I'm thinking, I would like to think that we're going to a place where it's going to assist us in the things, automating the things that are automatable so that we can connect and we can
Hmm.
do the things that are more humanable, right? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how that fully plays out. And obviously I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on this weekend. So this weekend in San Diego. So ladies, if you're in San Diego, it's a do the thing with She Talks, right?
Yeah.
In conjunction, we're having an event on Saturday. Tell us about the Saturday event.
Yeah, you know what? It's so cool because I think one of the things that bothers me the most is that people always show where they are now and they teach from that place and they don't teach people where they started. And so what's
Mhm.
happening in the world right now is there's a lot of people out there that are just spinning their wheels or drowning in debt or not knowing how to actually like build something that's scalable because they're looking at all these people that have this perfect perception and they're teaching them from that place, you know? And so
Right.
like I like really wanted to bring in people that could like talk about how they created their movement but also talk about how it started, you know, and how they were able to do it. And so that's what I'm like really excited about is the speakers, which you're one. I mean, it's like incredible. I love that like you're going to be able to talk because when we did our podcast interview, on my podcast, it was like the perfect timing, you know, because we were talking about how you did the chapter leaders and you didn't know how where you were going from one step to the next, and you just sort of went. And there's a lot of, and at that time, I needed that exact message, you know, and there's so many people that think they have to have this like plan of exactly what they're doing, you know, and it doesn't work that way. Even this event, honestly, I don't even have tables and chairs yet. You know, like I literally don't. I am not exactly sure what the food's going to be. You know, I'm like, there's like at least a few more things, you know, up until like 2 days ago, there was like 4 people going, you know, now there's like 40 people going. And I know that we're going to
Yeah,
have at least 50 people coming, which will be
yeah,
perfect. But the point
right.
is like, you know, if I would have, it took me, I decided to do this event 2 months ago, right? But, and it was my first event. So if I was really doing it the way like people say to do things, it would be done in what, end of year, maybe, you know?
Right.
And I would have had to do this whole
If at
plan.
all, and that's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
If at all,
exactly.
because people get so overwhelmed by the gravity of things and all the things
Yes.
they think they should have in line that they just don't move forward, right?
Yes,
And you and
exactly.
I, like the imperfections of moving forward are beautiful and glorious, and they're
Yes.
all learnings along the way, right?
Yes, and that's what I'm excited about people really taking from this event is that it's the spaces that we create and being confident and being like comfortable in your own skin. And when you know how to create a space for people to connect,
Yeah.
now you've got something because now you don't have to worry about all this other stuff. It all is going to come together, you know, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's like
Right.
it doesn't have to be this exact in the box, perfectly curated thing. And so that's what I'm
And
really
honestly,
excited
I'm going
about.
to tell you something that you
Oh,
don't know.
yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I'm speaking at one of your events because there's a genuineness to that. Like,
Mm,
sure, do I want to show up and do well? I definitely do. I'm sick right now. I'm hoping I won't be sick by Saturday, but I could be showing up and popping a cough drop every 2 minutes, And you know
yeah.
what? It's going to be great because that's
Yeah.
where I'm at, and that's where it is, and that's genuine, and that's authentic. And I think that's one of the things that the giftings you have and what you carry into things, right? You're
Mm.
genuine, you're authentic. You're like, start where you're at. And I'm very much that girl too. And I think that's why, we band together.
Yeah, I know it's great. And when I heard you speak at that mastermind that we were at, I felt like it's like people think they need to have this perfectly thing that they've planned out and scripted. Like we didn't even know we were doing that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And but when you're connected to your heart's mission and that's what pours out, now you're able to really connect with people. And so that's the thing I want people to really understand is we don't need to have all these outlined, you know, like things that we're spending a year, if ever, you know, creating or do this whole plan thing. Yes, there is a time for that. You know, you move, you move, you move. and then you get to clean it up behind you, and then you've got it, for the future. In my case, it's taking me longer than I want to clean it up because I move so fast. But ideally, one day everything's going to be automated on the back end. But if I was doing that when I started,
You're
then
funny, Stacey.
well, it's funny, even this event, like all these fun things, you were the one that you were like, oh, are you gonna have an MC? And I'm like, oh, I guess that's a good idea. And then we got the MC, and she's amazing. And that meeting was amazing. And I'm like writing down now. So when I do a future one, like all these pieces that I'm doing as we're going. And so that's the point though. It's like you just figure it out. People give you good ideas, you add it, and
But
go from there.
here's one thing, and I think this is what is genuine about the whole thing. What I'm realizing about you and your authenticity and your genuineness about wanting to move people forward is that you surrounded yourself with women like that. And they're
Mhm.
not all in the same field of work. They don't have the same expertise. They don't have the same superpowers, right? And
Yeah.
I mean, it's just been great for me to get to know these other women
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, because it's like I kind of stay in my lane, right? Like I'm in the real estate lane, I stay in the real estate lane. It's so great to see other women in the other lanes and they're
Yeah.
doing their thing and they're making it work and how are they making it work? And that's one of the things that I think is cool about Saturday. I mean, there's a lot of different women coming together in a lot of different lanes, but the
Yeah.
genuineness of wanting to bring their tribes to their meanings, to their passions in life is the same, right? So it's really cool.
I love that you said that because like it was cool with like knowing that we got to connect together, before the event multiple times, and you guys have been
Yeah.
so great with coming on. And now it's like I feel like we're part of something, that we're
Right.
like all kind of figuring out together, and it's been really amazing.
All right, so I'm going to give some details, right?
Okay, yeah.
So here's the thing. It's happening just a few days away. It's Tuesday. It's happening on Saturday, April
Saturday.
26th in San Diego from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, you can click the link below and you can get your ticket. And if you're not in the San Diego area, there's going to be a it's a virtual event. So
Yeah.
in the morning are all the individual speakers, and in the afternoon, there's all kinds of different panels that are going to be speaking to you about a variety of different things. Take a look, check it out. I just lost the URL. Can you tell me what the URL?
Oh, She Talks San Diego.
Yes.
Yes.
She San Diego is in the link below. So post it and we would love to see you on Saturday. It'd be great to have you guys there. If you're interested in connecting with like-minded tribe of women, you got to be there.
Mhm.
That's all there is to that.
Yes.
You want to go if you don't have it all together, because we don't have it all together. If you don't have it all together, show up. Just show
Yes.
up and let it happen.
Yeah, yeah, and just I'll add one more thing. It's like you never know who you're going to meet when you're in the room with people that have a similar goal as you. So
Yeah.
if you're looking to like grow your business or, invest in the market or in housing or like do something just that is calling you in your life, you feel this like tug,
Yeah.
then you've got to be in this room because when you're with, I call it like gold or like hearted, I don't know, but when you're with people that have the same goal as you, now you're able to like see what else is out there and then all the possibilities are open and it's amazing. From networks to learnings to being able to even encourage someone. And so it's a really cool opportunity. So yeah, look forward to seeing you guys. Hopefully you'll click the link below. I had to do that.
Seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Join us. Click down, click there.